Hello there. Let's take a look at Hive Jump on PC. This is a platforming shooter game with roguelike elements. Similar to the storyline from Starship Troopers, giant bugs have invaded, and only a group of gung-ho troopers can repel this invasion. The only good bug is a dead bug. The game offers local co-op and online multiplayer, but for the purposes of this video, I'm only talking about single-player campaign. The campaign begins with a brief dialogue about the bug invasion, then it drops us off on the map. The map looks similar to Advanced War in its layout, as you choose which tile to advance to. When you begin the game, you really only have one option, and that's to jump to the infected hive area. As we progress in levels, new tiles unlock, and there are options to fortify existing tiles so that they don't get infected again. As we jump into each location, we are given the opportunity to modify our weapon loadout. There's a primary weapon, a grenade slot, and then a bonus ability slot. Each of the slots can be upgraded using currency obtained from destroying the bugs. Upgrades are permanent, and they carry over from hive to hive regardless of the number of deaths. The primary weapons can each be upgraded 3 times, and they include a variety of guns that are pretty typical for your running gun platformers, including things like spread fire gun, laser beams, ice weapons, and more. The grenade slot has upgrades as well, including options such as sticky grenades or healing grenades. Grenades are limited use and they don't carry over when a character dies. The grenades do replenish, however, when starting a new part of the hive. The bonus abilities include options such as a healing beacon and having explosions anytime you respawn. Every trooper comes equipped with a jump jet, and the jump jet allows for limited hovering in the air, and it's pretty much required to get a good mastery of that to progress in the game. The respawn mechanic in this game is pretty unique. We have unlimited troopers to deploy, one at a time of course, with each trooper having a health bar. When a trooper dies, a backpack is left behind on the map, and a new trooper spawns in at that backpack after a few seconds. The backpack has a health meter, and once that meter is gone, that's when you really lose the level. The backpack has limited mobility, all it can do is fly around real slow, and it can easily be worn down if multiple enemies are attacking it. You have the option to throw the backpack and leave it somewhere else on the screen. The strategy behind this is if we're going to a location with lots of enemies, then we want our backpack to be away from the action so that when we die, and we will die a lot, the backpack is in a safe location. Each hive is randomly generated and follows a theme such as fire, ice, and acid. Once we jump into the hive, then we have to find our way to the boss room. Each hive has multiple rooms before finally entering the boss room. The hives are not linear and they do have dead ends, so exploration is required. There are challenge rooms in each level that are optional and have one shot for completion. The challenge rooms typically have a door frame around them so that you can tell when you're getting ready to enter a challenge room and not progressing to the next level of the hive. The challenge room gives a reward such as currency or temporary buffs like health regeneration or elemental resist. These buffs only stick around for while you're in that hive, and they don't carry over to other hives. They do carry over if your character dies in that same hive. If you die while trying to finish a challenge room, you're booted out of the challenge room and you don't get to try it again. The game can be controlled by a gamepad or a keyboard and mouse. Initially, I tried playing it with a gamepad, but I found the twin-stick aiming was just too imprecise. Mouse aiming was just too crucial when you're doing boss battles. At the end of each hive is the boss battle. The bosses appear to be in random order, but there may be a theme. For example, if you're on an ice level, maybe there's just always an ice level boss. I didn't play enough to figure out if there was a pattern. Some of the examples of the bosses, there was a boss that was like a giant centipede, and it would scroll up the screen and it would spawn platforms. So you had to jump jet up to the platforms in order to shoot the centipede and its weak point. All the while it was spawning enemies everywhere. There was another boss that was like a giant ant/rhinoceros, and it would charge at you, and if it hit you, it would knock you into spikes that would kill you instantly. So you had to be very, very careful on that. My only real complaint for the game is actually the boss themselves. The amount of time it takes to reach the boss level in each hive is about 15 minutes. So we'd play the game for 15 minutes, and then you get to the boss battle, and then you die in like 30 seconds because you don't know the boss pattern yet. It was really deflating to play for 15 minutes, die instantly, and then start over again because you don't know what boss you're going to face, so you may have another boss where you don't know what's going on and you die again. Overall, however, this game is a lot of fun with tons of replayability. If you have a co-op buddy to play with, then I'm sure the game gets even better. I recommend this game, and I will definitely be playing it again.